Thank you for clicking this video. This is Bartalkwithola. My name is Mujola Oluwa, and on today's episode we want to talk about how to draft a letter, an application letter for the grant of letters of administration. I'm using a sample that I've used for real life clients, so this is something that works. So if you're a lawyer, you find this very useful. If you're a law student, also very useful. If you're a layman, very useful too, because a layman can apply for letters of administration. It's not the exclusive preserve of lawyers, but I always advise that you use a lawyer, just to expedite the process and so that, nothing slips out of the cracks. So this letter is how you start the process. I've used this Lagos sample because this is how it's done in Lagos, both in Ikeja and at Igbo. This sample is one that I used in Igbo. I just tweaked the personal details, the personal data. So you put it on your letterhead. If you're a layman, now you can write it. You can use, I've told you severally on drafting videos that for your letterhead, you can just put your name, maybe the name of your villa, your house, then you put the address, you put the phone number and your email if you have one, and then you have a letterhead. So you could design it formally, or you could just type it out like that. And if you're a lawyer, of course you'd have a law firm letterhead. So this is a sample. This is just sample, okay? Bartalkwithola Law Practice, Barrister Solicitors and Notary Public, number 1 FH Road, Lagos, House of Livingstones at gmail.com. Then the phone number, which is a fake phone number anyways. Then you have the RF. So I've written LA Bartalkwithola law firm, and that's how I derived LABWL and /15, which means this is the 15th letter for the grant of letters of administration that we've done at the firm this year, then 2023. So do what applies to you, and if you don't have a ref, you don't need to put it. It's not that necessary. Then 27th August, which is today that I've drafted the letter, then you address it to the Probate Registrar, High Court of Justice, Lagos State. So if you're in another state and you're not sure of who to address it to, or how the format that starting the application takes, go to the Probate Registry and make inquiries, or talk to a lawyer. Very important. So the Probate Registrar, High Court of Justice, Lagos State. Dear Sir, application for grant of letters of administration. We are solicitors to the family of late Mr. Bolagade Justus Alasan, who are hereafter referred to as our clients. Don't forget that this is how most letters start. Most lawyers' letters start like this. You introduce yourself. Because you're writing on behalf of a client, you need to tell us how you are connected to the case and connected to the client and to the subject matter. So we are solicitors to the family. That's what we have said. And we're going to be referring to the family as our clients going forwards. Then, who are hereafter referred to as our clients. On behalf of our clients, we humbly apply for letters of administration to be granted to Mrs. Alassana Baby Claudia, the wife of the deceased, and Alassane Justus Philip, first son of the deceased, in respect of the estate of late Mr. Bolagade Justus Alassane. Now, letters of administration is the lawful authority that you need to administer the estate of a person that has died without a will. When someone dies without a will, we say that they've died intestate. All their properties, both movable and immovable, are referred to as their estate. That's why we have estate of the deceased. So we are picking the wife and the first son because they are the first in line according to the order of estate succession. I've done a video on that order. Please watch that video. Very important. So if these people are not there or not available, or if they are not the ones that want to, administer the estate, the next persons in the line of intestate succession are the ones that can come to apply for the grant of letters of administration. So the minimum is 2. They can be more than 2, but I'm using 2 here. Next paragraph. Late Mr. Bolagade Justus Alassane, before his death, lived at number 56 Obafemi Awolowo Kefi, Lagos State, within the jurisdiction of this court. This is important because if you're on the island, you should apply at Igbo. If you're on the mainland, you should apply at Ikeja. I'm just using Lagos as an example, but you should apply at the court that is closest, in proximity to where the deceased resided last before their demise. So that's why we have done that. So you can see that we put the last known address. If you're writing a will too, the will contains the last known address of the deceased. So very important. That last known address is very important. And you must put the name of this person. So if this person has an alias, maybe he was alias Baba Jeje, you need to put it late Mr. Bolagade Justus Alasan, also known as Baba Jeje in his lifetime, who before his death lived at number 56 Obafemi Awolowo Way, Kefi, Lagos State. The details that we put in this application and in all the documents for the grant of letters of administration are important because they serve to clarify that this is one person we're talking about in particular, not another person, because two people can bear the same names. But by the time you put some particulars, it differentiates them, no matter how similar their lives or their names are. So the next sentence, he died on 20th December 2021 without a will. You must include this, very important, because if they have a will, then executors will have the will read and they will execute the will. But this is a letter of administration because there's no will. We're asking the court to grant powers to administrators instead of executors to execute the will. The following documents are attached. 1. Death certificate of late Mr. Bolagade Justus Alasan. In Nigeria, you attach the death certificate that you get from the National Population Commission, not the one that the doctor issues that shows time of death and cause of death from the hospital, not that one, the one that comes from National Population Commission. So you can factor this in and get it for your client as a lawyer now. Or if you're a layman doing this, you have to get it first. So you go to the National Population Census, pay the appropriate fees, and get this death certificate. 2. Identity cards of Mrs. Alasan Baby Claudia and Alasan Justus Philip. Usually, they take national identity number slips, NIN slips. If you have the NIN card, they take that too. I think they take international passports too. I'm not certain. But the ones that I have done, I just used the national identity number slips for my clients. Passport of the deceased. That's a photo passport now. Then passports of Mrs. Alasan Baby Claudia and Alasan Justus Philip. So I think they would normally ask for 2 passports of the deceased and then passports of Mrs. Abebi and Justus. Those are the intending administrators. Your prompt response to this application will be highly appreciated. And you close it with the closing salutation. You sign, put your name, your role, and your law firm. If you're a layman, you put your name, you put your role in the line of interstate succession. Are you the brother? Are you the wife? Are you the son? And then you sign. So that suffices. Please, if you have any confusion, see a lawyer to put you through, or go to the registry directly and ask the probate registrars, ask them these questions. They would usually help you and point you in the right direction. So this is all I want to discuss in this video. I hope that this helps. I will see you in my very next video. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to continue the conversation in the comment section. Toodles.